Once, on the outskirts of a small town, stood Hollow Creek Manor, a dilapidated house wrapped in myths and shadows. The townsfolk whispered of its dark history, recounting tales of spirits trapped within its walls. 8-year-old Benjamin, a curious boy with a head full of dreams and an adventurous spirit, stood at the manor's entrance on a sultry August afternoon. Despite the warnings, he felt a magnetic pull toward the house. He stepped inside. The air inside was thick, layered with dust and the scent of decay. Sunlight struggled to penetrate the grimy windows, casting eerie shapes on the floor. As Benjamin ventured deeper, he felt a chill creeping through him, as if unseen eyes were watching from the darkness. Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind him, and he knew he was trapped. Benjamin's heart raced as he turned to the door, but it wouldn't budge. He wandered through the dimly lit halls, where shadows danced and strange whispers caressed his ears. In a dusty room, he found an old journal lying on a rickety table. Its pages were yellowed and frail, scribbled with the frantic writings of a previous resident. "The spirits thirst for freedom," it read. "Find the heart of the house and relinquish the past, or be lost like the others." His curiosity reignited. Benjamin continued exploring. Crossing into a grand hall, he marveled at the peeling wallpaper adorned with faded patterns of roses. As he approached the fireplace, a heavy portrait fell from the wall, revealing a hidden door. On impulse, he opened it and stumbled into a secret passage. The air grew colder, and the whispers turned into jesting laughter. Panic surged, but determination held Benjamin steady. He had to escape. He retraced his steps back to the main hall, but at that moment, the shadows grew thicker, swirling like a storm. Suddenly, he heard a series of thumps from the upper floors, a silent invitation to follow. Climbing the creaking staircase, he found himself in a dimly lit attic filled with cobwebs and dust. A worn rocking chair swayed gently, as if someone had just left it. Benjamin approached cautiously, feeling a strange connection to this lonely space. Suddenly, a bone-chilling wind howled through the attic, flickering the candlelight. With a shudder, he raced back down the stairs, his heart pounding in his chest. The second night crept upon him swiftly, and Benjamin knew he needed to devise a plan. He found the journal again and read more. It spoke of a heart, a locket, hidden in the heart of the house, and with it, the ability to confront the spirits. Determined, he set out to find it. As he navigated the darkened halls, the atmosphere turned oppressive. Shadows slithered, and he could almost feel the spirit's icy breath on his skin. In one room, he saw a flicker of movement, a child, no older than he, peering from behind a curtain. "Help me," she whispered, her voice cracking with fear. Benjamin approached her slowly. "Are you trapped here too?" "Yes," she replied, her gray eyes glistening. "I'm Evelyn. I was here for years, trying to escape. The house doesn't let us go." Eager and fueled by compassion, Benjamin devised a plan with Evelyn. They needed to find that locket and set the spirits free. Together, they ventured back to the attic, where the journal hinted it might be hidden. But as they reached the attic, they found it shrouded in darkness, and an angry howl echoed, shaking the very foundations of the house. "Leave!" a voice screamed. Frantically, Benjamin and Evelyn searched the attic, feeling the air grow heavy around them. In a corner, beneath the rocking chair, Benjamin spotted a glimpse of gleaming gold. He reached down and unearthed a delicate locket, engraved with swirling designs. As he held the locket, the laughter turned to enraged shouting, and ghostly figures began to materialize, the spirits of those once lost in the house. They encircled the children, their eyes filled with a mixture of sorrow and rage. But with a surge of courage, Benjamin opened the locket. "What do we need to do?" he shouted, the fear replaced by determination. "Release us!" echoed the voices of the spirits. "Reclaim our memories!" They surrounded him, their ethereal forms flickering like flame, as Benjamin concentrated and began to recite lines from the journal, each word a plea for freedom. The house rumbled, and the walls shook. Benjamin and Evelyn stood firm, calling upon the spirit's stories as the locket glowed in their hands. A white light burst from it, flooding the attic and illuminating every corner. With one final resounding roar, the spirits lifted into the air, swirling around Benjamin and Evelyn before bursting through the roof like a shooting star. The house groaned, and for a moment, it felt as if the very essence of Hollow Creek Manor was changing. A calm had settled over the place, and the oppressive weight lifted. With the spirits finally free, the heavy doors of the manor swung open. The sunlight streamed in, and the air felt light. Benjamin and Evelyn exchanged relieved glances, and without a moment's hesitation, they dashed towards the entrance. Outside, the world was bathed in daylight. Benjamin turned back, watching as the shadows receded, the air growing still with the absence of restless spirits. Evelyn looked up at him. "Will you remember me?" "Always," he replied, smiling. Feeling the warmth of the sun on his face, Benjamin took a deep breath. He had escaped Hollow Creek Manor, but he would never forget the bravery it took to confront his fears, nor the friends he had made along the way. The stories of the house had been rewritten, and for the first time in decades, it felt like a home at last.